There are shows with psychics,
And there are shows with doctors.
but there's no show like The Psychic and the Doc.
Your practical paranormal power unleashed.
This show synthesizes the talents of world-class medium Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer, psychic explorer,
And street smart spiritualist, behavioral psychologist, Dr. Pat Vasili. All subjects are on the table and no topic is taboo. Inspiration, insight.
action, and fun as Mark Anthony connects callers with loved ones in spirit.
In tandem with Dr. Pat's fresh, no-nonsense, street smart, intuitive insights. And she is hilarious.
Extraordinary problems
Require extraordinary solutions, which may come from this side
or the other side. This is The Psychic.
and the doc. And it starts now.
Hey, everybody, we got a great show for you. And Mark and I are going to open it up for a few minutes because the phone lines are off the hook, just saying. And so we want to get to the phones ASAP. But today, Mark, the show is In God We Trust.
Yes.
And it's on International Friendship Day. Now, I don't know who orchestrates these kinds of things that happen on this, but I think we should talk about both of those for a minute because I was so I'm not the history person you are. Don't ask me why. I thought Truman did In God We Trust. Don't ask me anything about that. I don't know where I picked that up from, but it was Eisenhower, right?
I think so. I think
God
it was.
We Trust, 1956.
Yeah, to put this on our it runs afoul, if you will, of the First Amendment separation of church and state. But it doesn't specify any particular religion, although
No.
it does allude to belief in a higher power. I'm okay with it. I'm just stating that because I don't want people saying, you're against God. It's like, no, Dr. Pat and I are not against God. We simply, like the intro says, no subject is taboo and all topics are on the table.
Well, just on that note, Disclosure Day settled that argument. Those of you that have not seen Disclosure Day, there's a lot of good stuff in it, but there's one part that's favorite for me. Oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. But there is this one part because the whole thing's about aliens, but there's this thought that in Genesis, in the book of Genesis, it really clearly makes a statement about man is the best. It says that. And there's this misunderstanding by one of the characters, and the nun at the monastery, this woman calls her and says, I don't know if I could believe these. I don't, what am I going to do? I'm going to lose my... The nun says, you did read the Genesis. She says, yes, man is best. She said, no, it doesn't say that. It says man is best on earth. And
Right.
I was like...
Yeah, it's the passage because since I've seen the movie, I have read and dissected that passage because I've been interviewed quite a bit about aliens and the readings I've done for abductees lately. And it basically says man, which I should believe should be interpreted as humanity, men and women, were given dominion over the earth. It didn't say that, okay, God just created earth and that's it. And so the character, the Mother Superior there in the movie explains that. And I thought that was a really beautiful way because so many religious people say, that belief in aliens is against the Bible. And here is a passage that would say or suggest otherwise.
But then the follow-up comment, this really talks to this too. It talks to the whole In God We Trust thing. Every spiritual practice has a thing that they call something that's not us, higher power, God, whatever the name is. There's reference to it, right?
Right.
There's an entity, right? But today, that became a cornerstone. That, may I call it a quote?
Right.
That became something that changed the landscape of something. But I was like, and he put it on the money. He just put it on the money. But it's also International Friendship Day. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make it a better place. Was that Diana Ross?
I think
it was
so.
Diana.
I think so.
It could have been Diana,
But I
Michael
mean,
Jackson.
what a beautiful day, National Friendship Day.
That's right.
What's life without friends?
Oh, I'm telling you, I am so blessed. I have multiple friends, but I have somebody that has seen me at my worst, even worse than the worst, the worstest, and is still my friend. And you know, when something like that happens, it's amazing. So I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I just have to say it. Yesterday was my 36th birthday, coin birthday, 36 years of sobriety, much longer for drugs. So that's a whole nother show. But I like to go to meetings. So Linda likes to go with me. So we both go to the meeting up here. And I thought it said it was an open meeting. It was a closed meeting. So right away, I had to raise my hand and say, sorry, my friend here is not part of the program, but she's my friend. And these people were like, yes, of course, your friend. I mean, I have not felt so much love after feeling so damn guilty about it. But Mark, you have friends. And our audience, this International Friendship Day is for our audience. It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be. And that's the beauty.
And I got my Jessica.
Well, the beauty of this
I don't know
show.
If she thinks I don't know if she's my friend, but I'm her friend.
The beauty of the show is when people feel friendless, this is a safe harbor to turn to.
That's right.
And that's the beauty of the Psychic and the Doc. And it's also the beauty of the Dr. Pat show. And what you've been doing, Dr. Pat, for over 2 decades on the Dr. Pat show has just been amazing. I mean, the joke in Seattle when Dr. Pat was based there was she's the female version of Dr. Fraser Crane. But
true.
But it's much more than that, because you brought a lot more than just giving advice. You interviewed amazing guests, and you opened the door for so many people. The work you've done with women. And we were talking before the show that the woman who, Rosie the Riveter, was a character or an ad in World War II of a strong woman who was, riveting ships and airplanes. Well, the woman who was the model for Rosie the Riveter, her name was actually Jeannie. She died today at age 100. So this was one of the trailblazing women, because World War II, all of a sudden, all the men are off at war, and the women have to start building the weapons, the planes, being the bureaucracy in the country, the infrastructure in the military, and that began the long, slow push for equality in the workplace. So, Rosie the Riveter, thank you for being a trailblazer.
I love it. My grandma was a teeny weeny, right? But strong as all get out. She would go into the ships, right? Because they were building ships at all the ports. And the men could not fit, and they were all out to war, but they couldn't fit in the front. And grandma would go in there with a welding thing and a this and a that, and she'd go in there, and she loved it. And unfortunately, she explained the experience to me in Italian, and I did not have a tape recorder. But her excitement told me what Dick Van Dyke says when he is asked about living as long as Dick Van Dyke is living. One, he said there are 2 things, and then we're going to go to break. You must have a purpose. And you must have love for all. Let's take a break. When we come back, we got Linda, we got Jennifer, we got Giselle, we got Tanya, we got Cheryl, we got Marie, and we got Mark Anthony, JD, Psychic Explorer, gonna hit it up today. Jessica, let's take a shorty.
I'm Mark Anthony, author of The Afterlife Frequency. But don't expect a dry treatise. This book educates, entertains, and reads like a juicy novel.
Joining us today is psychic lawyer Mark Anthony. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I don't think there's another person on the planet anywhere who shares this guy's resume.
He's been on Coast to Coast, the radio show with me for years. He's a psychic lawyer, but he's the real deal.
This book also provides hope in coping with grief, crime, murder, PTSD, and survivor's guilt. The Afterlife Frequency teaches you my 4-step raft technique. Recognize spirit contact, accept it as real, feel it without fear, and trust the message.
I'm Tristan, a shaman, astrologer, and human design reader. I help unravel spiritual ideas to create change and growth in your life. Whether you are just beginning or need a knowledgeable best friend with the next phase of your journey, I'm here to help. Think of me as your pragmatic shaman bestie. I work with high-vibe, lovely people like yourself in personalized sessions that will leave you with a sense of clarity that energizes you to make impactful change. Connect with me, your pragmatic shaman bestie, at musingsandmodalities.com.
Are you ready to awaken the wisdom that's already within you? Join Shakti Botazzi on Soul Wisdom Project, Remembering the Living Blueprint of the Soul, where spirituality meets real life. Tune in every first and third Tuesday each month at 9 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio to open a doorway to healing and embodied purpose, helping you move from self-doubt to self-love and from confusion to clarity. Explore more at theawakenedpath.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. We are going to get right to the phones. I am Dr. Pat. Mark, before we get on it, please make a short announcement of how people find out about you, sessions, circles, all of it.
I'm going to invite everyone to visit my website, afterlifefrequency.com. Sign up for my newsletter. I've got a lot of events coming up, and the newsletter will keep you up to date on that. If you go to the calendar of events, you'll see all those things. Plus, you'll see how every week you can tune into the Psychic and the Doc. And I'm inviting everyone to join the live stream of Helping Parents Heal Conference, which is going to be toward the end of August. And if you go to my website, afterlifefrequency.com, sign up for the newsletter. You can sign up for readings, find out about my books. It's all there. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel, because you'll get to see a number of things, including episodes of The Psychic and the Doc.
Absolutely. And I want to announce for us, for those of you that want to watch all the other hosts, go to ttrnetwork.com. And we are doing something we have not done in a really long time. We have opened up more openings for people to join us as host and co-host. Very easy to figure out how to do that. Get a hold of Jessica at thedrpatshow.com. And Jessica is with one S. Jessica, who do we go to now?
All right, let's start with Linda from Texas. Linda, welcome to the show.
Hi, Linda.
Thank you.
How are you?
Thank you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to send you over to Mark. If you're on a speakerphone, you may want to get off. If you're playing the show, and this goes for all the callers, if you're playing the show, you should probably turn off your speakers and lower them. How can we help you today?
Thank you for taking my call. I saw Mark last Friday in Houston, and he actually called out my father's name and my sister's name. I was sitting very close to the people who were standing at the microphone, and they were talking about mothers who had lost their sons. And when he called out these two names, because I was thinking about my departed loved one who has a boy's name, I half-heartedly raised my hand and did not get his attention. And I absolutely know that this was a reach out to me. I say I know, I feel strongly that this was
It's
a reach
okay.
out to me.
Yeah. It's okay to know. And it's important for you to know it's okay for you to know.
Okay. So they went on through the program for the rest of the night, and I don't know. There's something wrong with me. Why couldn't I raise my hand? Because we had all practiced raising our hands.
I make everyone raise it because you were nervous, Linda, and you can't beat yourself up because no matter how many times I tell people raise their hand, you know, people get cold feet or you get nervous. And I always tell people nervousness during spirit communication is good because what you're doing is you're sending out energy, letting your spirits know that you're doing this. Okay, so Linda, I got a male energy coming through now. It may not be the one you're hoping for, but this is the one who's coming through. This gentleman, he was on the older end of middle-aged when he passed. So he could have been late 60s, 70s, and I'm getting this tremendous amount of pain at the bottom of my rib cage on the left side. That's in the area of the pancreas. So that could indicate pancreatic issues, diabetes, or some other issue with the pancreas. And I do feel very nauseated. So we got the pancreas, and then it's seeping over into the stomach. And the nausea could be a cancer indicator. It doesn't always mean cancer, but it could. And I'm getting the nausea also, the whole GI tract, colon area. This poor guy, he went through a lot of discomfort, a lot of suffering prior to passing. I'm getting this bitter metallic taste in my mouth that it would indicate medications. But I'm also getting, Linda, prior to passing, he was having a real hard time maintaining his mental focus and clarity. And that would make sense also with the metallic taste because that would be medications for the pain. He acknowledges that you were in contact with him. You could have been in close proximity, but you were in contact with him. And I keep hearing got to say goodbye, got to say goodbye. So I'm interpreting this to mean that this gentleman, you and he did get to say your goodbyes. Do you recognize this person, Linda?
No.
Okay, remember what I said about going directly to no with the no syndrome. Okay,
right.
We got a male probably on the parent level and who it took some time to pass, heavily medicated prior to passing. It could be a father, could be an uncle, could be a male older than you. Does that make any sense?
I'm open to it, but I'm not feeling anything.
Okay, this could be for one of our other callers. Let's ask the spirit to step aside. I'm going to do something a little bit different here. Do not give me the name. Who do you want to hear from the most? Do not give me the name, just the relationship, like friend, cousin, whatever.
Sister.
Your sister, okay. She's with this guy. I'm going to ask the question, is your father in spirit?
Yes.
How did he die? What did he die from?
Suicide.
The man I've got, this is not consistent with suicide unless it was poison, but I'm not getting that. Any other males connected to you or your sister who may have died from either pancreatic cancer or some type of stomach and GI tract cancer? Linda, I don't want to struggle on this. I don't want to struggle on this. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if we can get your sister. All right. So she's coming in, and this is funny. No, there's nothing funny about your sister being in spirit, but she keeps talking about peppermint patty, peppermint patty. Now, peppermint patty could mean the actual candy. It could mean the character, from Charlie Brown. Peppermint patty was kind of rough and tough, but cool. It could mean something about peppermint, which means you or she like or dislike peppermint. Peppermint's also a trigger for the month of December. Why? Because of candy canes and peppermint. So what this could mean is a significant birth, death, anniversary, or event which is connected to you. Don't worry so much about how it applies to your sister, but be connected to you or someone else close to you on planet Earth or in spirit within December, unless there's something about peppermint or there is, other than Dr. Pat, somebody with a name like Pat, Patrick, or Patricia. Anything there, Linda?
No.
All right, you're blocking, Linda, so I'm going to have to let you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. And look, if you get some insight, please give us a call back.
Yeah.
Awesome. You know what? I got to tell you this, Mark, real quick, as Jessica gets our next caller in. I went to a meeting last night to celebrate my 36th year, and I felt awkward about raising my hand. So isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It must have been that mojo for the Patties.
Yeah.
Jessica, who do we have next?
We have Jennifer from South Carolina. Jennifer, welcome to the show.
Hi. Oh, it's Southern California.
Good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The other end of the country.
I abbreviated the in my little note. I couldn't read my own writing.
Well, I talked to you guys a couple weeks ago, and you asked me to give you a call back. So
how'd you make out?
Well, my renters moved out, so I'm dealing with that and figuring that it was the best thing to have happened. And then you mentioned the dragonfly, Pat, and so I sent away for a picture. I thought I was getting a dragonfly charm, and I got a picture instead, but that's okay too. And, that makes me feel good to look at it. I just want to know what Mark Anthony has for me as far as what's coming through.
Okay. Is your mom in spirit? And the reason I'm asking that is I'm getting a real maternal energy coming through. Okay. And this is fascinating. She's showing pots and pans everywhere. Now, look, we all got pots and pans. If you have a kitchen, you have pots and pans. And she keeps talking about get rid of the old, bring in the new. Ring out the old, ring in the new. Interesting. Unless you're getting all new cookware or a new kitchen or something. But she's talking about like get rid of the old, bring in the new. And so there's something there about a kitchen and cookware, but she's also talking about you clinging to the past that you are no longer doing or in the process of undoing. Does that make sense to you?
What exactly do you mean by that?
Dr. Pat, what's your interpretation?
I want to do something different if you don't mind. Can you do me a favor and put your hand over your heart?
Yes.
Mark, ask that question again.
Okay. She's telling you to stop clinging to the past, or you've been clinging to the past, but that's something you're no longer doing, or rather you're undoing. In other words, you're undoing, no longer clinging to the past like you used to.
I'm trying.
Do you want my help with that? Do you want my help with that, Jennifer?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So one of the things that shows up, especially for Dragonfly, and let me stay with that because you actually did go get it. It's grace in motion. It's also combined now with the year of the horse. And the year of the horse is the fire horse. And so one of the things that a lot of people that I work with are experiencing is this idea of swift adaptability. And I want to ask you the question in a different way. Can you think of anything right now in your life that you're having a hard time adapting to, or that thing adapting to you, whether it's a person? Is there anything that you're having a little adaptability issue with?
Yeah, my son.
Okay. This is the same.
Residents are furious.
Yeah. This is what we're talking about here. We're talking about.
I lost 100.
I don't know what that audio is coming in right now.
Yeah.
But what I want to say to you is this. You're hurt, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. can we set something in motion today? Because the other part of this, especially with fire horse energy, is grace in motion. So what I'm about to tell you is to really look at grace. Keep your hand over your heart for a minute if you don't mind. The horse gallops ahead with raw power, raw power. The dragonfly darts with precision and ease. Here it is, there it is. This is a reminder to match this year's momentum with more flexibility and calm focus. So I don't want you to have to tell me what you're focusing on with your son, but there is something that is in focus for you about your son. There's something in focus that you just can't shake. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Are you ready to let go of it?
I don't know if I can.
I know. That's why this is about grace in motion. My sense is there's something you think you're responsible for. And just answer yes or no for me.
Yes.
Now, we opened the show with "In God We Trust," even though it was referencing a bill. But you see, I'm getting a dragonfly coin for my 36th sobriety. And on the back of it, I had to put a reminder for me for now, this coming year. And it's a statement out of the big book that, you know, those of us that are in sobriety follow. And it's about God and the God of my understanding, which I have multiple definitions for. But it goes like this: God is either everything or God is nothing. God either is or God isn't. What will I choose? And so if we look at that closely, you're getting an opportunity now to choose differently in your mind and your perspective. And you must become free from guilt. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard because some of us, I absolutely lived in guilt when my sister passed. I lived in the space of, why did I let all those years go when I wasn't there with her? Why didn't I stay closer? I mean, I really did. And what I realized, there was nothing I could do to stop her passing on incompetency in a hospital, on a hospital floor. And I got some help with that. Do you understand? None of us have the power. Do you think you could make a gallant attempt?
I can try. It's just friggin' hard. It seems to be getting harder
I know.
instead of easier.
Is your child here with us?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Calling into this show is a very important first step. And I know it may sound flippant, but let's go back to the kitchen. What's going on with the kitchen or cooking? I may understand what that means, but I want to see what this how this applies to you. What's going on with the kitchen?
I don't cook anymore. I don't cook anymore, and
there we go.
Yep.
I used to
Yep.
all the time. Yeah.
Yep.
See,
and what stops you from cooking?
Because I love to cook for my son.
Thank you. So look at, there's an organization which we absolutely want you to get in contact with. Mark, would you give us that information?
Certainly. It's Helping Parents Heal. Go to helpingparentsheal.org. Okay. And was there a soup? Because I'm getting a male energy coming through that feels like he may be your son. And I know lots of people like soup, but I'm tasting this soup. There was some kind of soup that you would make for him that he really, really liked. And it does have a bit of a chicken taste to it, and there's some noodles. What was the soup?
It was chicken noodle soup.
Okay, chicken noodle
There
soup. You know what? What he's telling me is, Mom, I want you to make the chicken noodle soup and have it. and sit down and have a bowl of, he said, you make the best chicken noodle soup, and celebrate me, and let him, and he wants you to know he's always with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and he said,
Okay.
Abby. Now, Abby could be a place, it could be a road, it could be a name, but Abby, I'm trying to think what would be close to Abby. Is there any type of Abby?
Did he like the Beatles?
I think so. I don't know. His musical taste is so eccentric. I don't know.
Like me. Look, this is not an easy thing, but those of us that have lost loved ones, and we blame ourselves. Now, I will give you a silly example. I did exactly what Mark did. Unfortunately for me, my sister worked in a place that was called Carvel, soft ice cream. So my solution was to eat as much soft ice cream as I possibly could. Consequently, the weight gain was so obvious, I had to go buy a new wardrobe. Now, I don't think that's what Mark is saying, but after all, it was ice cream. I couldn't help myself.
I think you'll be pretty safe with chicken noodle soup.
Exactly. Please give it a try. Would you please?
Okay, I will.
Hey, did you put spinach in it? Did you put some spinach in it? Because he's putting spinach in it.
No, I didn't.
So maybe
but I will.
You do the chicken soup and you change it up a bit and make it mom's new soup. Because the thing is, you're such a gifted cook, he doesn't want to see that talent go to waste.
Yeah. And my grandma's recipe was escarole. It's green, and it's an Italian thing, and you cook the soup with the garlic. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
You're familiar with that, but you got to cook that escarole because that could be hard as nail. So there, now we gave you a little recipe.
It's not pleasant.
It's not pleasant. First, you got to fry it in oil with the garlic in a pan. You got to do that first. Yeah. Thank you for calling in. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Oh my God, I just thought of my sister in that ice cream situation. Even to this day, I have to watch the whole soft ice cream thing. Jessica, who do we have next?
We're going to go to Gisela from Texas. Welcome to the show.
Great. Hi, Gisela. How are you?
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
I'm fine. Thank you. I was at Mark's event on Friday here in Houston, and I was the lady that came at the end of the show and told him that I had an episode because I was feeling the collective. So, and he told me about surrounding myself. Yeah. You told me about surrounding myself with mirrors, whatever, but I was in such a state during your presentation. You mentioned a spirit that had smashed a toe. And I couldn't leave my hand because I wasn't sure that I was going to faint the way I was feeling anyway. So I was kind of like, oh my God, I might have an opportunity because my mother smashed the big toe when she was younger. Then I get home and I'm telling my husband, and my husband is telling me, well, my mother smashed her toe with a bowling ball.
Oh,
so I'm like, it was, I know, 2 of them, but it doesn't end there. Then on Sunday, I smashed my toe. So I don't know if it's a coincidence or what, but
I hate to ask, but how did you smash your toe on Sunday? How was it? Obviously, it was an accident, but how did that happen?
Well, I was checking to see if my neighbor was next door on the porch. Actually, it was a person that came with me to your presentation, and she wasn't there, and I sort of turned around. I'm kind of always fast, always in a hurry. I turned around, and there was a flower pot there, and I smashed my toe with the flower pot. So it broke. I have a broken toe.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not saying this to make you feel better, but what I'm getting from your mother and your mother-in-law is that this was a form of intervention to put you out of circulation for a while so that you will avoid being in some type of accident. And by accident, do you live near where there's a lot of buses?
Not really. Not really, no.
Would you drive somewhere where there's a lot of buses? Look,
Well,
here's what I'm
Houston,
getting.
you know.
Well,
Yeah.
Houston, there's a lot of everything. This,
Right.
even though this is a real pain in the toe and it's going to take you out of circulation for a while, this needed to happen. And the reason they're saying this is because nothing can stop you. Once you get your mind to something or you feel you got to be somewhere, you got to do something, you go, 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 go. And they're like, okay, we're going to have to resort to some drastic methods here to keep you out of circulation for a while. So just do what your doctor tells you, let that foot heal up, and then realize don't push yourself so hard, don't rush so much. Dr. Pat, what's your take?
My take is really simple. Something in your life has caused you to speed up things, all things. Do you understand what I mean? You're in a hurry to get this or hurry to get there. You're in a hurry to wait for this. Now, I don't know if that's true.
Yes.
But have you felt
yes.
yourself rushed?
Yes.
Yes? Yeah. Okay. So that's what the universe does to me. That's what, the God of my understanding does to me. If I get to a point where if I keep rushing, I will cause something really bad to happen to myself, like driving too fast, right? What it'll do is give me a flat tire. Give me a flat tire. Okay. So slow down. Slow down your thinking. Be purposeful.
Yeah. I just feel, I guess where I'm feeling is that my life is, I just retired, I'm getting older, and I'm feeling that I'm not going to have time to do what I'm supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. And guess what? Here's the thing. Yeah, no, you're going to have all the time you need. If you carry that thought, what's going to happen is you're not going to get the message of what you need to do. But if you calm yourself down and really change that thinking to there is more time than I could ever imagine. I'm creating a legacy. My focus is to now this chapter of my life to be open to whatever is going to come to me, what's going to come in, what I'm going to be open to. And then once I get that information, I'm going to lay out a plan and strategy, and I'm going to take my time and create the life that I want. You got that?
Okay, yes. Is there any message for my husband? He just had an accident.
Yeah, we have a very short time in the show.
Okay.
And so do you want to give us a call back next time she has to have her husband call back, right?
Yeah, or he can be there with her, but yeah, call back next week and we'll do that because we got other calls, we want to get to them, but call in next week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Jessica.
Okay,
that's a message for us, Mark, for us to slow down. Get that? That was for us.
Yes.
Go ahead, Jessica.
Let's go to Marie from Florida. Marie, welcome to the show.
Hi, Marie.
Hi.
How can we help you tonight?
Hi, Dr. Pat and Mark Anthony. It's been a few years since I called, I think a year or so.
Did you miss us?
I wanted to know, my nephew was in Abu Dhabi. He was he had a brain aneurysm burst in his brain. And I just want to see if there was any messages to let me know if he's going to be okay or not.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's really intense. Well, let me see who comes through because they may or may not address that. Okay. I'm getting a male father figure connected to you. So this could be a dad, it could be an uncle, it could be a grandfather. But I'm getting this male figure coming through, and with him, he was having a lot of trouble with his throat and mouth prior to passing. Like it feels really sore. So he was having some type of issue, breathing, swallowing, a lot of pain, throat, esophagus, stomach. And his passing, it did take some time. I'm also getting a lot of circulation issues, and I also get from him that prior to passing, it's like he was there but not there. In other words, he was very heavily medicated. Do you recognize this person, Marie?
Yes, that's probably my dad. Yes.
Okay. And this young man in Abu Dhabi, is this your son or your
my nephew?
Your nephew, which would be your father's grandson?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Is there plans to get him stabilized and transported to Germany?
There may be. That I do not know that. There may be. Yes, it could be.
Yeah,
he was former military.
What I'm hearing is stabilization, and then I'm seeing Germany. Is he military?
He was former military. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm getting military, I'm getting Germany, but I'm not necessarily getting like a U.S. military hospital, but I'm getting some type of military, some type of a medical facility, hospital, clinic in Germany. And what I'm getting is the treatment they're doing right now has stabilized him, and it's somewhat palliative. But for the really the best treatment I'm getting is Germany. Now, once again, if he's under care of first-class surgeons in Abu Dhabi, that's fine. You got to defer to his medical, but I'm getting Germany, and that his chances of improvement will increase quite a bit. And I do know that the Gulf states, I mean, they're very wealthy and they've got, they got pretty much the best of everything. But I keep getting this transport, and I get to Germany. So that's what I'm getting.
And did you get any positive final?
All right, you got to realize this is not Alexa, Siri, or Gemini. We can't just rapid fire questions as much as we would like to. That's what the message is.
Okay, so, but I'm going to help you with this.
Go ahead, Dr. Pat.
I got to help you with this. I want you to change what you're holding in your consciousness immediately. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay.
This is what happens. Sometimes in the work that I do with my clients, I get 50 questions, and the questions are all fear and doubt. And when we talk about it, they say, "No, I'm not in fear, and I'm not doubt." Questioning is what I do for a living, right? That's what my show's about. But I also do it for myself. And if you ask a question, is my bank account going to have money in it, right? What it implies that I'm thinking it don't. You see what I'm saying? So really what I want you to do is I want you to hold the faith. Sometimes you have to borrow faith. Hold the faith.
Yes.
That this amazing person is going to be better than ever. You can see it. You can feel it. You can walk it. You can taste it. You're planning dinner for them. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly. You got to keep your faith, and I do have my faith and everything. Yes, I do.
I know.
Oh my goodness, it keeps me going.
I know, but I will tell you, my Achilles heel for myself is doubt. It is my Achilles heel. Mark will tell you, it is doubt, and I have to work constantly on that. I mean, I made a meatloaf right before the show because this is late for me. So I got to make the dinner, put it in the thing. So I make this meatloaf, right? Put it in there. And I say to my best friend, do you think this is going to taste all right? You got to be kidding me. Why am I asking that? Do you think this is going to taste all right? Of course it's going to taste all right. I got the peppers, the onions, the cheese. I got the olives, the whole thing in there. But you know what? You think this is going to taste all right? And then I retracted the question because I know what Linda would have said. So try to work that in, would you?
Yes, and I'm sure your love was delicious, and I love you guys, and I thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Oh,
Love you
thank
too.
you.
Thank
And
you so much.
check back with us and let us know how your nephew's doing, please.
Yeah. Now listen to this statement. You tell me if this isn't doubt. That meatloaf better be better. Better be good. Jessica, who do we have?
We're going to go to Tanya from Texas. Tanya, welcome to the show.
Awesome. Hi, Tanya. Welcome to
Hello.
the show.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, but get off your speakerphone if you don't mind.
Okay, I turned it off. Good evening. I
evening.
was able to see Mark on Saturday at the Body, Mind, and Soul. And,
Man, he gets around.
So this is my first time today calling in. And I just recently lost my husband, and when he passed away, I was there with him, right beside him, and I laid on his chest. And as he took his last breath, I could feel it was like a vibration feeling and a release of like a buzzing sound, and it was like a swooshing sound. And then it was done. And I felt like I connected with him, with his spirit as it was leaving.
Yes. You had
and it was
what is
special. I'll never forget it.
Tanya, that is such an amazing encounter because you had what is known as a shared death experience, an SDE. And a shared death experience, they've been studied quite a bit in the past 10 years, is you got caught up in the vibrational energy of his, what I call the electromagnetic soul, as he was leaving this world and transitioning to the next. And that's what the vibration was. That's what that feeling was. And even though it's very painful and very tragic to lose your husband, you got to experience for a few moments, maybe in a few seconds, that transition. And this is a really fascinating thing that he's giving you. They sell these in Florida and probably every coastal town. They look like roses, but they're not roses. They're actually seashells that are little seashells that look like rosebuds that painted pink, and they glue them into these like plastic rose stems, and he keeps giving these to you. And I know that sounds really strange, but the pink color, it's like a real vibrant, deep pink. Is there anything about these objects or that deep, vibrant pink color that makes sense to you in any way? It may be connected to him or to you. Go ahead.
Well, yes, he gave me fresh flowers and fresh roses all the time. And sometimes they would be red, and sometimes they would be like a deep magenta-like color.
Yeah, that's
like,
the color,
like
magenta. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Now, the interesting thing that he's showing me, these little shells in the plastic roses, and it's not that he's trying to be tacky or anything like that, but roses, real roses, perish and wither and die, but these roses last forever. And so that gift of your shared death experience with him is his last gift to you before he left this world. That's what these roses signify.
Okay. The last gift to me.
Well, his last gift while he was still on planet Earth. Oh, he'll be giving you other gifts spiritually. He'll be coming to you. So don't think that, oh my gosh, he's gone. I hear people all the time, oh, they're gone. They're not. It's like, no, they come back and they visit us. Dr. Pat.
I think for me, what I'm really struck by is I have nothing to say because that experience is breathtaking. Yeah. That is memorable. And Mark, what a beautiful way to describe it. But I do want to just say something to you. Hold that experience, no matter what your mind tries to tell you, what your ego, hold that experience. And if you could, I would write about it.
Yes.
I would write about it. Yeah. And I mean, because that is something that fleeting moment, it may be gone in your memory, but it's so close to you right now. Please write about it. Let your heart open up and write about it.
Yes. And I said I was going to start journaling. And so, so I will definitely write about it.
Oh my gosh. That is an amazing first post in a journal, boy.
Oh my God. Yeah. And like I said, for a while, my mind was like, well, no, that wasn't what it was. And,
no, don't
was
do that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't.
That's why you got to write it down.
So I stopped. Yeah, I stopped and I just stood in it and I connected with it. And I believe 150% that's exactly what it was.
Did you get my book, The Afterlife Frequency? Because in The Afterlife Frequency, I do go into shared death experiences in quite a bit of detail. And when you start reading about SDEs, you'll start going, oh my God, that happened. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Exactly.
This is what happened. Because I've experienced it, and I've talked to so many people and interviewed so many people that have experienced shared death experiences. And the fact that not only do you have it, but now you're sharing it with people. You have no idea how many people you're helping, how many people are listening to this program that are saying, I think that happened to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I want you to honor it. That's why you must write about it. And what I'm saying is I want you to write about it from the heart. And if the tears start to come, write about that. Write in your journal, not only what that experience was, but what your experience is as you're writing it.
And the other part that I haven't shared was when I first met my husband, there was this intense feeling inside of me that I had met him before. And he kept saying, oh no, I've never seen you, and da-da-da-da. And, I would tell him some of the maybe common places that we would have met. And he was like, no, I haven't. If I had seen you before, I would have definitely remembered you. And I just it was just this intense feeling. I was like, I've met him before.
There you go.
So I was sharing with my cousin, and she told me, she said, that was spiritual. Your spirit had probably already met his before you actually met. So I feel like,
and you may want to include that in your journal. Look, let me just say this last thing to you, because we've got to run. You may want to write that in your journal, because if I were writing an opening for my journal, I would say I met him before and I met him after. Please feel free to do that. Now, the whole thing about no, you haven't, we've done shows on that. But I want you to hold on to this as soon as you can. Sit down. It may take you more than one day to do it. You understand? Okay? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling in. Wow.
And for all the callers that we didn't get to, guess what? We will be back next week, same time, same place. Please call in, and we will take your calls. Dr. Pat and I always try to get to as many people as possible, but we don't want to rush people either. We want to give them, I want to get the connections, and Dr. Pat does such a beautiful job explaining everything. And as Dr. Pat pointed out, today is International Friends Day. You know what? When this show's over, pick up the phone. Don't text. Call a friend you haven't talked to in a long time.
Yeah.
Okay? Nothing's better than hearing from an old friend.
Yeah, we all, look, we'll see y'all next time. And for those of you that want to listen back to this will be up on the website. TTRnetwork.com. It'll be up there. Mark will have it on his site for sure. Please go back and listen if you missed anything. We'll see you next time. Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into The Psychic and the Doc with Mark Anthony and me, Dr. Pat Baccili, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Hey, look, come back next week so we can explore with you more of life's many challenges and learn from fascinating guests. And you know what? Even Mark and me. We'll connect you and discover insights from people in this life and from the afterlife. Extraordinary problems? Yeah, they do. They require extraordinary solutions. But step into the world of possibilities with us on The Psychic and the Doc. That's every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. That's TransformationTalkRadio.com. And don't forget, we're also live face-to-face on Facebook.com, Transformation Talk Radio.